Fireman charged with murder for death of woman in St. Anne. Police have charged a fireman who was taken into custody for the death of an elderly woman in Claremont, St. Anne. Dwayne Simpson, 40, was charged for the murder of 63-year-old Maxine Parkinson of Archer Hill in Claremont, St. Anne. Parkinson's body was found on Wednesday, January 10, after she was reported missing. Lawmen say she was found in bushes with head injuries. The policeman was taken into custody following investigations. It is understood that the firefighter took the police to a location in 9 Palm in the parish and pointed out the body of the elderly woman, which was in a state of decomposition. Police said a flashlight, a pair of blue slippers said to belong to the deceased, and a black phone charger were at the scene. A black Toyota Vaxi owned by Simpson was processed at the Claremont police station. A brown stain resembling blood was reportedly swabbed from a machete found inside the driver's door. Blood samples were also taken from the AC unit and the running board, the police stated. Man on triple and double murder raps yet to settle legal representation. A man accused of a double murder and triple murder is yet to have his legal representation finalized. When the matter came up for mention in the St. James Circuit Court on Monday, the court heard that attorney Michael Hemmings initially represented the accused, Kitson Reed, in the lower court, but attorney Henry McCurdy said that he was approached to take the case. High Court Judge Bertram Morrison subsequently remanded Reed into custody until September 20, when his legal representative is expected to be finalized. In relation to the triple murder, the allegations are that the incident took place on June 2nd at a section of the Roehampton St. James community known as Marks, off Gaza Lane. It resulted in the death of 3 cousins, 38-year-old Conrad Binney Lawrence, a supermarket worker, Siobhan Congarden, and a shopkeeper, a 50-year-old Carl Leslie Shutter Morris. Police reported that about 9:30 p.m., the men were at a shop operated by Garden when they were ambushed by armed men who shot them multiple times. The gunmen escaped. Garden and Lawrence reportedly died on the spot, while Morris was taken to hospital where he died the following day. The triple murder involved Reed and his late brother Wesley Reed, who lost his life shortly after that last court hearing. Kitson Reed, other case in court involved the murder of 23-year-old former Winston Anderson and 20-year-old Tavar Doman of Roehampton on May 31st, 2 days before the triple murder. According to a police report, about 10:30 p.m., the men were at a location in the community when a gunman approached them and shot both. Another man was injured during the incident. The police were summoned and Anderson and Doman were seen with gunshot wounds. They later succumbed to their injuries. The other injured man escaped and was assisted to hospital, where he received treatment. Victims of Firefighter vehicle crash in St. Anne identified. The 2 men who died in a multi-vehicle crash in Discovery Bay, St. Anne on Friday have been identified. Dead are 23-year-old Jamar Perdue of Barneytown, Little London in St. James, and 27-year-old plumber Jermaine Anthony Johnson of Danieltown, Trelawney. According to the police, about 3:30 p.m., a Higla motor truck was traveling westwardly towards Discovery Bay when it is alleged that a BMW motor car, which was driven easterly towards Runaway Bay, attempted to overtake a Toyota Mark X and collided with the Higla motor truck. The Higla motor truck then veered off the road and became lodged in mangroves. It's reported that the Toyota Mark X motor car then collided with the rear of the Toyota Tundra motor truck, which was also traveling easterly. Lawmen say the Toyota Tundra, the Toyota Mark X, and the BMW motor car all veered off the road and were lodged together and then caught fire. Perdue and Johnson were burned to death while several other people were injured, which were taken to hospital for treatment. Madras remanded on gun and ammunition charges. 47-year-old Nigel Madras Bailey, the wanted man who was recently captured in Kitstown, St. Catherine, who was set to appear in the gun court on February 16, has been remanded. Bailey is charged with breaches of the Firearm Act and was remanded when he appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court. Attorney Maurice McCurdy told the court that he desired to apply for bail on Bailey's behalf. However, presiding judge Yvette Wentworth Miller told the lawyer she was not minded to hear the application and would transfer the case to the proper jurisdiction in the gun court. Bailey was arrested on January 5th during the police operation in the Top Mountain area of Kingston Town. The police say he was held with a Smith & Wesson pistol affixed with a magazine containing 15 rounds of ammunition. They say a further search revealed an additional 39 rounds of ammunition. He was arrested and subsequently charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Groundbreaking for development for Spanish Town Hospital. Prime Minister warns that no criminal activity will be tolerated during work. Medical services at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine are set to be transformed with the redevelopment of the facility, valued at some Jamaican $5.5 billion. The renovation works will see the building of a state-of-the-art 6-story facility, which will be equipped with cutting-edge technology. As a result, patient care delivery at the facility will see an expansion to 6 new services. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said the move is in keeping with the government's goal to improve health service delivery. He was speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the redevelopment of the hospital yesterday morning. The project is being implemented by the government with finance support of the Inter-American Development Bank (IDB). Meanwhile,
this project is giving tremendous value to the public health system, and in particular what it means to access care for the people of St. Catherine, as well as Clarendon, Kingston, St. Anne, St. Mary, Westmoreland. People come here because they need the service, and there's excellent service that is offered here. It's the largest Type B facility, 430 beds, coming from 277 in 1952 when it began operations. Of note, it is the second highest number of newborn deliveries in Jamaica. And we are committed as the Ministry of Health and Wellness and as a government to ensure that we give the people who work here and the people who depend on the services here the facilities, the condition, the environment that they deserve. The government of Jamaica is determined to transform the health system for patients and their families. The government of Jamaica is determined to transform the health system for patients and their families. Critical for health staff to motivate them and to get their best output given the facilities that will be enhanced, and of course for those who will use the facility.
Also speaking at the event, Prime Minister Andrew Holness warned that absolutely no illegal activity, including extortion and the controlling of construction contracts, will be tolerated during the development of the hospital. He said the government is collaborating with the security forces to prevent extortion at the site. Mr. Holness added that the anti-gang legislation will be improved to curb illegal activities by criminal organizations, and that all necessary measures will be taken to ensure criminals do not interfere with works at the hospital.
Many of the persons who will be served by this hospital will end up here because of violence. They will end up here because they have been stabbed, shot, otherwise maimed. They will end up here because of some carelessness, like doing stunts on the road without a helmet, without light, and cost the taxpayers of the country. It is also the sad reality that it is quite likely that some of the people who will end up here for treatment will end up here because of gang warfare, likely gang warfare over the work that will happen here. Well, let me tell all the gang members who are licking their lips, looking on at big fat contracts to come, none of that will happen here. We have already started to work with the JDF and the JCF. There will be no extortion here, no illegal activity here, no controlling of site here. None of this government funding spending here will go to fund criminals. Taxpayers' money can't come here and people have name and list who don't come to work, collect pay and then use it to buy God. Cannot happen. This mustn't help build gangs. So those who have that in their minds, stay far from here. We have learned our lessons. We have seen where many government projects and other private projects, the criminals have sought to take it over. Don't put your eye on this one. The anti-gang legislation, we are perfecting it and we intend to use it. So if you get work on this project, you better turn up and work. If it means that I have to put JDF and JCF around here and any man coming in or coming out has to be checked and the roster has to be kept outside for about attendance for work, then it will be done. But until we put these things in the open and treat with them as it should be treated, it will always be continuing. Our generation must break the cycle.
Mother of Shanika Gray, murder accused, testified. The St. James Circuit Court yesterday heard testimony from the mother of Gregory Roberts, the man on trial for the 2017 murder of a schoolgirl, Shanika Gray, as she spoke about the day her son was arrested on February 3rd that year. Giving her evidence in chief for the defense via the Zoom platform, the defendant's mother told the court that Roberts came to visit her at their St. Thomas home on February 2nd, 2017, the day before his arrest, after she had previously called him to come and help with a sick relative. He came up in the night, and he came up by his brother's house and slept there till the next morning. And Greg said to carry him to the doctor. We went to the Princess Margaret Hospital, and then we left there and sat in the van, and Greg came in the van, and we just see a man and a woman come there, and they opened the door. The mother testified in response to questions from defense lawyer Leroy. The woman took my bag, and then the man took out a handcuff and put it on Greg's hand. Him said, "What me do? What me do?" the mother added, while noting that her son was subsequently taken to the Morant Bay police station. But during cross-examination, lead prosecutor Andrea Martin-Swiebe pointed out that the witness never mentioned in her statement to the police about her previous attempts to contact Roberts. "I put it to you that nowhere in your statement did you say that you called Greg and told him to come to St. Thomas because his brother was sick. There is nothing in the statement that you called your washbelly last child and told him to come to St. Thomas because his brother was sick," stated Martin-Swiebe. "This was not in this one," the witness replied. Under examination by Leroy, the witness admitted that she could not recall how many statements she gave to the police concerning her son. The trial is to continue today, with another defense witness to be called to give evidence. Robert is accused of stabbing Shanika Gray, a 15-year-old student of Greenpond High School in St. James, to death on the night of January 29, 2017. Gray's body was found 3 days later on February 1, 2017. Farmers urged to utilize services provided by Extension officers. Farmers are being strongly encouraged to get to know and utilize the relevant Extension officers assigned to their divisions by the Rural Agricultural Development Authority (RADA) to better their operations and to receive support. The call comes from RADA senior agronomist Loxie Waite, who was addressing the farmers at a recent stakeholders engagement session in Old Harbour in St. Catherine. "Colleagues, you need to know your Extension officers. Don't wait until you have problems. They are knowledgeable people. They know their Extension division, and they are well paid, so you are to seek their help," he urged. He also advised the farmers to create a farm plan before they commence farming activities and to be guided by the Extension officers before they encounter into difficulty. At the same time, he reminded farmers of their own personal responsibility in making their farm operations a success. "We are expecting you to plant and maintain your crops, and we're expecting you to attend training," he stated. The session was being held to sensitize farmers of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining New Face of Food campaign. Flagship programs under the engagement will focus on several crops including yam, breadfruit, sweet potato, ackee and mango, as well as tomorrow remittance and agricultural. Waite's presentation was on the topic Production of Crops for Export, where he spoke to the demand of those crops and the ministry's drive to ramp up production among local farmers. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.